Beep beep, everybody. I hope you're all having a great day. Thanks so much for tuning into the channel. Today we're going to do sort of a throwback Thursday or whatever day this gets posted of 1991 Leaf Studio. This was a set that, well, I was completely unaware of back in 1991. I mentioned it in some of my other videos that the only thing I bought in 1991 was a factory sealed set of 1991 tops, and that was it. I was in college at the time and didn't have really much time for collecting, and my that was the last year I actually collected on, well, anything. I did collect some things a couple years later, just a few things, and then I was pretty much empty all the way up to fall of 2021. The pandemic helped bring me back to the hobby, like it did with many of you. So this is a 264 card set, and I looked this up on Baseball Cardpedia and did not know that this was the first set in 40 years that featured black and white photography. And if you don't believe me, that's what Baseball Cardpedia said. Beep beep. Beep beep. Boop boop boop. So I think the rookie cards in this set are Jeff Conine, Hal McRae, and Jeff Bagwell. And I think I've opened up maybe one or two packs of this in Jam Packs old school box that has mostly packs from the Junk Wax era. This set is not very valuable. I don't know what you guys think of Studio. I think it's interesting in that it was very different from everything else that was out at the time. So there is that. But you won't find like very many actual baseball type photos. These are basically like you take the player and you put them in a photography studio and you snap away, except you're doing it in black and white. So there are 48 packs and each pack has 8 cards, so we've got a long way to go. So let's start opening them up and see what kind of things we find. There's a puzzle like other Donruss sets. Leaf being, I guess, the owner of Donruss, or I don't know. Leaf was it's complicated, but this is the Rue and Rod Carew, and there's what the puzzle ends up looking like if you put it together, which we're not going to do. So there's Ken Daly. Well, some of them are wearing uniforms, but I know some of them didn't. Hall of Famer Eddie Murray. And if you're curious, the backs look like this, and it's mostly like personal information. There is some stuff about his baseball career, but there's things like hobbies and interests, like likes all types of music, favorite TV show is In Living Color, follows the Lakers, Raiders, and UNLV. His older brother is Charles, is his hero. So it's that kind of information instead of what you normally find on a typical baseball card, which is usually just years and years of statistics and occasional blurbs. So this is kind of a way to get to know the players in a sense. There's Joe McGrain, Wade Boggs, and as you can see, most of these look like they are posed shots. And I wonder if there says anything about chicken on the back here, because he was always eating chicken and stuff. No, it actually doesn't say anything about chicken. There's Mike Boddicker, Alvin Davis, Barry Bonds, Nick Asaski, Moises Alou, and Paul Ferries. So you may hear me clear my throat from time to time through this video, and I have allergies going on right now. It's the middle of May, and usually these allergies occur earlier in the year, but the trees didn't bother me this year. It's been kind of unpredictable. Right now it's honeysuckle, and a couple days ago it was kind of a rough day with all this like sinus drainage, and you just felt like ugh. Kevin McReynolds. So if you hear me clear my throat, that's what's going on, and I apologize for that in advance. And if my voice probably doesn't sound exactly the same, there's some of that going on right now. There's John Smoltz, Shane Mack, Kirk McCaskill, Don Mattingly, Brian Barnes, Barry Bonds again, Eric Davis, Bernard Gilkey, and Eric Anthony. I would say one thing that they could have done to improve this set's appearance, there's the puzzle piece, is they all have this same, I guess mauve would be the color, border, sort of like a maroonish kind of red. I think if they had varied the colors of the border, this would have been a much more interesting set to look through, because after a while you'll get tired of the same appearance. Tim Wallach, Devon White, Kevin McReynolds again, John Smoltz again, Shane Mack again, Kirk McCaskill, Don Mattingly again, Jose Lind, Barry Larkin, Jose Oquendo. So that worries me that the collation could be a possible issue at this point, seeing that we've just seen a number of duplicates, and we're only into, this is the fourth pack we're opening, and I was not expecting to see that much in duplication this early. This is a 264 card set, so we should see a little more variety than that. Pete Harnish, there's Andres Galarraga, John Olerud, Greg Jeffries, Dave Justice, Kirby Puckett, Dale Murphy, Dave Smith, John Smiley, Paul O'Neill, puzzle piece. Beep beep. Fair warning, if you've never seen my videos before, but most of the regulars are aware that I beep a lot on my videos, and I don't know, it's just I like beeping. I don't know. It's just something that I do. Chuck Finley. I don't normally do it in normal conversation, but for some reason, when I'm looking at these things, I tend to beep. That was Willie Randolph with the Brewers. Juan Gonzalez. Chris James. Tim Leary. Steve Avery. That one over there. Brian Barnes. Carlton Fisk. Steve Bedrosian. And Leo Gomez. And there's Rod Carew right there. Anyway, the beeping was from a long, long time ago. I don't know why I did it, but I started beeping at my coworkers, and it was sort of a way of greeting them. Instead of just saying hello, I just beeped. I went up to them and went beep, beep. And, well, they started beeping back, and I've been beeping ever since. Brian Holman, Bill Gullickson, Juan Gonzalez again, Warren Cromartie, Chris Hoyles, Wes Chamberlain, that's a rookie card, Glenn Davis, Jack Clark, Steve Bedrosian again, and Jim Abbott. Anyway, to fill in, as you can see, I start off the video by just saying beep, beep. It's my way of saying hi. And I end it with a beep. And then I fill it in with beeps and all these, like, awkward silence moments when you're trying to open up a pack. There's a beep. So if you like beeping, this is the channel for you. That's Dave Valley. There's Lou Whitaker. And you are more than welcome to beep back at me after I beep. I can't hear you because I'm recording this long before you get to see it. But if I go beep, beep, you are more than welcome to go beep, beep. Ruben Sierra, Brett Saberhagen, there's Cal Ripken, Mickey Morandini, Ryan Sandberg, Dave Magadin, and Terry Pendleton. One of the other things that I like to do is I like to go Woohoo! And that idea came from, I can't remember the guy, the predecessor to Bob Ross. Have you ever seen Bob Ross on PBS? There's Eric Shaw, Mark Lewis, Edgar Martinez, Frank Tanana. That's neat. Jeff Kunkel. I'm going to put that one aside. That's a curious one. Kirk Gibson, Ben McDonald. And what do we got here? This must be sort of like a header card or something for the studio set. Robin Yount and Mo Vaughn. I can't remember the name of the guy that was the predecessor, but Bob Ross actually, Charles Alexander, I think that's his name. And I think he came over from Eastern Europe, escaped the horrors of what was going over there during World War II, and he came up with a method of painting paintings in a very quick manner. And he taught classes on this, and eventually he was on PBS before Bob Ross ever was, and taught Bob Ross the same kind of methods, and Bob Ross ran with it, and he became like one of the best-known painters on PBS. But Charles Alexander, that was Cecil Fielder, used to make all these noises as he was painting, and it was like, and for some reason, I'm inspired by Charles Alexander to do that. So every now and then I'll go, hoo-hoo, and that's basically where that idea comes from. Dave Henderson. Plus, I used to do that at work too. A couple colleagues and walk down the aisle of cubicles, and somebody would go, hoo-hoo, and then everybody else would do it. Lance Dixon, Dwight Gooden, Will Clark, almost has a unibrow going on there. Jim DeShays, Bill Landrum, Glenn Davis, Larry Anderson, and Eric Davis. And there's our puzzle piece. So I probably should stop yammering about hoo-hooing and beeping and get to open these up. So this is probably going to be a 40-plus minute long video. I usually can't. Well, it also doesn't help that the pack isn't cooperating with me here. So, I mean, if you don't have time to watch 40 minutes, you're more than welcome to skip forward, or what I like to do is hit that cogwheel and under playback speed, change it to 2 times. You can turn a 40-minute video into a 20-minute video. Jesse Barfield. Plus, I talk so slow that when you speed me up, I actually still sound like a human, or close to it. I don't actually sound like, something from the Alvin and the Chipmunks. Alex Fernandez, Tony Gwynn, there's Eddie Murray again, Will Clark again, Yvonne Calderon. This must be a checklist, and it has Sparky Anderson on it. Paul Molitor, John Franco, and Nick Asaski again. And there's Rod Carew's uniform. Roger McDowell, remember whatever those were called. Everybody was wearing them back in the day. I wasn't. Mark Grace, Tim Wallach, Devon White, Kevin McReynolds, John Smoltz, Shane Mack, Kirk McCaskill, Don Mattingly, and Jose Lean. So we've seen all those before. So I'm a little concerned that the collation is not the best. Jack Morris, that's a new one. Lance Parrish. Ozzie Smith hiding behind his glove. Darryl Kyle. Hall of Famer Fred McGriff. Balancing a bat on one finger. That takes talent. Bob Ojeda. Willie McGee. Mike Fitzgerald. Lloyd Mosby. And Mookie Wilson. Oh boy. This is why we beep. Beep, beep. Now, if I had really good video editing skills, I could fast forward through that point, but I don't really know how to do that with my software. Ricky Henderson, Ricky Jordan, Kelly Gruber, Sandy Alomar, Jesse Barfield again, Ellis Burks, George Brett, Ken Griffey Jr., Scott Fletcher, and Scott Erickson. Ricky Henderson again, Ray Langford, Ken Caminiti, Ken Griffey Sr., Cecil Fielder, Scott Chiamparino, George Brett, Dwight Evans, Tim McIntosh, and Wade Boggs. Alan Trammell, Turner Ward, Nolan Ryan, Brian McRae rookie card, Greg Olson, Franklin Stubbs, Tony Pena, Brian Harper, and Wally Joyner, and Todd Zeal. Beep beep. Jose Lind, Barry Larkin, Jose Oquendo, Steve Finley, Dave Valley, Lou Whitaker, Ruben Sierra, Brett Saberhagen, Kyle Ripken, and Mickey Morandini. So we are seeing a little bit more duplication than I was hoping for. Oh boy. Sparky Anderson on the checklist. I guess there's more than one checklist, but that's the only one we've been seeing. Ramon Martinez, Gary Gaetti, Ron Robinson, Rich Gossage, that's late in his career, Eric Anthony, Jay Bell, Sid Bream, Oil Can Boyd, and Andy Bennis. Beep beep. Bill Landrum, Chris Hammond, Gary Gaetti, Roberto Kelly, Greg Hibbard, Paul Ferries, Oral Hershiser, Mike Benjamin, Oil Can Boyd again, and Roberto Alomar. Kurt Schilling, Tino Martinez, Mickey Tettleton, Rafael Palmero, Mark Gubasa, Randy Milligan, Gary Sheffield, Tim Naring, Andy Van Slyke, Chris Sabo, without his goggles, and puzzle piece. Let's try to straighten these up so we don't have an avalanche. If you're wondering, this set is not worth a lot. I paid $15 for this box. There was not a factory set of it ever issued. Beckett says the high retail value for a complete set is about $20 for hand collated, I would assume. But you could probably get that a lot cheaper than that. Ryan Sandberg, maybe not on eBay, but probably from a card store. Phil Plantier, I believe that's his rookie card. Kent Herbeck, Mark Langston, Kevin Moss, Jack McDowell, Ed Whitson, Darryl Strawberry, Matt Williams, and Bill Sampson. Puzzle piece. Rob Dibble getting a good laugh. Wes Chamberlain, that's his rookie card. There's Joe Carter. Ray Lankford. Sean Dunston. Tom Herr. Roberto Alomar. Gary Carter. Pedro Guerrero. And Andre Dawson. A little bit of a corner problem going on down there on Andre's card. Not sure what caused that. I mean, it was a sealed box, but that doesn't mean it wasn't bumped during shipment or at some other point on its journey since 1991. This thing has been unopened for 31 years. 32 years, sorry. Daryl Boston. Steve Avery. Dan Gladden. Ricky Jordan. Sean Dunston. Doug Drabeck. Mariano Duncan. Dave Henderson. Glenn Allen Hill. And Ken Griffey Jr. Puzzle piece of something. Beep beep. Dave Winfield, holding quite a few balls there. Scott Sanderson. Bobby Thigpen. Bip Roberts. Juan Samuel. Kevin Mitchell. Andre Scalaraga. John Olerud. Greg Jeffries. And Dave Justice. We've seen those before. There's Tony La Russa on the checklist card. BJ Surhoff. Dave Magadan. Terry Pendleton. Roger McDowell. Mark Grace. Mike Lavalier. Billy Hatcher. Bob Welch. Ball and Air. Mark Whitten. I have a small little collection of cards that feature levitating balls, and that will probably surely be added to it. Lenny Dykstra hugging his bat. Tom Candiotti smoking ball, I guess. Oral Hershiser. Rex Hudler. Roger Clemens looking really angry there. Warren Cromartie, like somebody upset his bowl of cereal. Eric Hansen. Charlie Huff. Wow, Charlie Huff made this set. Dan Gladden and Milt Kyler. It seems like Charlie Huff was been pitching forever. It almost seems like he's probably still out there pitching right now. Every card you see of him, he looks like he's been around for forever. Lenny Dykstra, although I have seen some cards of him from back when his early years, and he does look much younger back then. Sean Bosky, Jay Bell, Tom Browning, Rick Honeycutt, Chris James, Eric Hansen, Travis Fryman, Joe Carter, and Julio Franco, also hugging a bat. I have a feeling my fingers are going to be sore after this. These packs are a little difficult to pry open. Barry Larkin again, Jose Oquendo, Steve Finley, Dave Valley, Lou Whitaker, Ruben Sierra, Brett Saberhagen, Cal Ripken, and Mickey Morandini, Ryan Sandberg. So we are seeing more and more duplication, and as such, I think I'm going to go through these a little bit faster, if you don't mind. Frank Viola is one we haven't seen. Looks like there's a corner ding on him, though, unfortunately. Jeff Treadway, Terry Mulholland, Gary Scott, Hensley Mullins, Sammy Sosa. Check out the hair on Sammy. Dave Stewart, Eric King, Randy Johnson, and Atlee Hammaker. So we got to see some new cards in that pack. I swear I should let my fingernails grow longer prior to doing a video where I'm opening up packs, so I can at least get them in there to pry it open. There's Jose Canseco. I think this is the first time we've seen him. Jim Abbott, Candy Maldonado, Scott Champerino, Glenn Allen Hill, Steve Howe, that is not the guitarist of the band Yes, Ron Gant, Yvonne Calderon, Tony Fernandez, and Chris Hammond. So a couple new ones in that pack. Oh, that one opened up real nice. Jeff Conine, that's his rookie card. Leo Gomez, Candy Maldonado, Ellis Burks, Rick Aguilera. He looks like something's bugging him. Jimmy Reese, coach. Wow, was not expecting that. Joe McGrain, Jim DeShayes, Tony Fernandez, and Ramon Martinez. Phil Plantier, rookie card. Kent Herbeck, Mark Langston, Kevin Moss, Jack McDowell, Ed Whitson, Darryl Strawberry, Matt Williams, Bill Sampson, and Tony LaRusso on the checklist. So all those were duplicates. Building up quite a pile of wrappers on the floor next to me. Jose Offerman, Bobby Witt getting a really good laugh, Kurt Stillwell, Dave Segee, Greg Vaughn, Jeff Reardon, Don Slaught, Hal Morris, Lee Smith, and Tim Rock Raines. I may have mentioned this on like a video maybe many months ago, but I think I could make a case for Jeff Reardon being in the Hall of Fame. When he retired, he was I believe in the top 5 in career saves. There's Tom Lasorda on a checklist. Brett Butler, Bernard Gilkey, Sean Bosky, Vince Coleman, Mike Benjamin, Craig Biggio. No, that's not a rookie card for him. I'm getting him confused with Bagwell. Bobby Bonilla, Chris Hoyles, and Travis Fryman. There's a puzzle piece. I don't know if we've seen Bagwell, have we? It's possible we haven't, I forgot. Brooke Jacoby, John Burkett, Moisey Zalou, Tom Candiotti, Vince Coleman again, Sid Bream, Darren Dalton, we haven't seen him yet. George Bell, that's someone we haven't seen yet. Tim Leary, and Charlie Huff again. Beep beep. B.J. Surhoff, Dave Magadan, Terry Pendleton, Roger McDowell, Mark Grace, Mike Lavalier, Billy Hatcher, Bob Welch, Mark Whitten, and Harold Reynolds. Harold Reynolds is the one we haven't seen yet. Mark McGuire, we haven't seen him yet. Doug Jones, that's a new one. Black and Decker. That looks like Bud Black and Steve Decker. Okay. Tim Wallach, Devon White, Kevin McReynolds, John Smoltz, Shane Mack, Kirk McCaskill, and Don Mattingly to finish that pack off. A lot of duplication is starting to show up in our openings. Ramon Martinez, Julio Franco, Ken Caminiti, Doug Drabeck. Doug looks like he just came off the cast of Magnum P.I. Tom Glavine. I think we haven't seen him yet. Delino DeShields, Sid Bream, Darren Dalton, George Bell, and Tim Leary. Beep, beep. Hoo-hoo! Willie McGee, Mike Fitzgerald, Lloyd Mosby, Mookie Wilson, Frank Viola, Jeff Treadway, Terry Mulholland, Gary Scott, Hensley Mullins, and Sammy Sosa. It looks like there's a little bit of scrapings on the surface there, or is that a printing issue? Beep, beep. Fred McGriff, Bob Ojeda, Willie McGee again, Mike Fitzgerald, Lloyd Mosby, Mookie Wilson, Frank Viola, Jeff Treadway, Terry Mulholland, and Gary Scott. Tony Pena, Brian Harper, Wally Joyner, Todd Zeal, Mike Scott, we haven't seen that one yet. Benito Santiago, haven't seen him yet. Mike Scioscia, haven't seen him yet. Greg Swindell, Dave Righetti, and Marquise Grissom. So there were some new ones there. Beep, beep. This one starts off with Charlie Huff, Ricky Henderson, John Franco, John Burkett, Greg Hibbard, Greg Gagne, Sam Horn, Bill Gullickson, Dwight Evans, and Tim McIntosh. Was somebody... Nope, nobody was... I felt like I almost had two cards pull off that group there. Oh, beep, beep. Dave Stewart, Eric King, Randy Johnson, Atlee Hammaker, Jose Offerman, Bobby Witt, Kurt Stillwell, David Segui, Greg Vaughn, and Jeff Reardon. Hensley Mullins, Sammy Sosa, Dave Stewart, Eric King, Randy Johnson. My piles are starting to sway there in the breeze. Atlee Hammaker, Jose Offerman, Bobby Witt, Kurt Stillwell, David Segui. So a lot of duplication there. Dave Stieb, we have not seen him before. Howard Johnson, we haven't seen him either. Kelly Mann, Steve Lake, Parrott, I could have put that one aside. Joe Girardi, Steve Sachs, Frank Thomas, first time seeing him. Todd Van Poppel, I believe that's his rookie card. Milt Thompson, and Kurt Schilling. Beep, beep. Wade Boggs, Bill Landrum, Chris Hammond, Jack Clark, Jeff Conine rookie card, Ken Griffey Sr., Mariano Duncan, Ken Griffey Sr. again, both in the same pack. Mariano Duncan again. And Charlie Hayes, which I don't think that's the first time we saw Charlie. Don Slaught, Hal Morris, Lee Smith, Pete Harnish, Tim Raines, Mark McGuire, Doug Jones, Black & Decker, Tim Wallach, and Devon White. We got two more packs to go through. Greg Vaughn, Jeff Reardon, Don Slaught, Hal Morris, Lee Smith, Pete Harnish, Tim Raines, Mark McGuire, Doug Jones, and Black & Decker. So a lot of duplication in that one. This is the last pack. Tino Martinez. I don't think we've seen him yet. Mickey Tettleton, Rafael Palmeiro, Mark Gubicza, Randy Milligan, Gary Sheffield, Tim Naring, Andy Van Slyke, Chris Sabo, and Dave Winfield finishes it off. Now, I cannot remember if we pulled a Jeff Bagwell card. Did we? Do you guys remember? Because I certainly don't. It would be a shame to open this whole thing and not at least have a Bagwell rookie to show for it. So I'm going to try to get down near the beginning here. If it showed up, it was somewhere in here, I would think, in the beginning. And I just can't remember. You may move on to the next video in your viewing pleasure, since I'm just basically looking to make sure I got a Bagwell. So I don't remember. Yeah, there's a lot of duplication, isn't there? I just don't remember ever finding one. I mean, it's not worth a whole lot, but still, when you're opening up a big box of packs, you want to at least pull one of the major cards that are in the set, and that was one of them. And I don't remember ever seeing one. For those of you that are leaving at this point, I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching. Beep beep. For those of you that are sticking around, you're more than welcome to beep, because that's what I'm going to do. Beep beep. Beep beep. Beep beep. There's Biggio. That's what I confused him with Bagwell. I know his was from a couple years earlier. No, I don't think I pulled a Bagwell. I would have remembered it within the last group. Holy crap. Opened up 48 packs of this and did not pull a Bagwell rookie. Of all the luck. And I don't feel like buying another box of these, so if I need to complete this set, I will look for the singles online. There's probably somebody out there selling the Bagwell rookie for about $1 or so. Yeah, it doesn't look like I pulled it. This would have been in recent memory, this stuff in this last group here. Yeah, I opened up 48 packs and did not pull a Bagwell rookie. What a bummer. Okay, well, thanks so much for sticking around for this long and watching all these photos go by. Hope you all have a great day. Beep beep and toot toot and honk honk and beep beep. Have a great day, everybody. Beep beep.